We close our eyes and we take a deep inhale on a 3 count. It goes.
Hello and welcome back to Talking with Teri TV. We are powerful beings, and the more we connect with our inner selves, we can create anything we desire. Our guest today is here to share an easy and practical way to tap in the magic of our wholeness. Kimberly Jamerson is a breathwork facilitator who I've had the pleasure of personally working with. So welcome, Kimberly, to the show.
Thank you, Teri.
I'm excited.
I am too. I'm loving being here.
Okay, so I love the fact that we just did, for all kind of the behind the scenes purposes, we just got the entire crew, the production crew and our executive producer all doing an energy work just to ground us in this moment, in this period. So I'm excited.
It's just a quick way to get us embodied back into our bodies, into the present moment.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start with just giving us an understanding for those that may not know what breathwork is. What is it?
Well, breathwork is a transpersonal energy type of work that brings on the inner wisdom that we have as humans walking on this earth have disconnected with. We've disconnected with the sacred aspect of who we are, the multidimensional aspect of who we are. And there's many parts of this. Obviously, from a physiological aspect, we're literally moving energy through our body. We tend to hold on to things, not only emotionally, and emotions are energy and motion. And we, as humans, depending on how we're raised and what culture we grow up in, we're not taught to emote and let our emotions flow. It's not okay to be angry. It's not okay to be sad, or it's not okay to cry. And so what do? Most of us, we hold on to that. And it gets stuck in different parts of our bodies. And add to that any traumas or pains that people go through, like really traumatizing experiences that they're not able to release. Yes. And so it gets stuck in our bodies, in different parts in our bodies, and it causes dis-ease.
Yeah.
And that comes in many, many forms.
Yeah. You know, I in my past life, I was a therapist, and you know, so often we get those emotions and those memories, and our body never forgets.
Right.
And even on a cellular level, even before, even as, in utero, and then coming into this life form and taking this body, like our body remembers. And so
Absolutely.
If we have stuck energy, we have this stuck emotions, it can have a direct impact on everything else that we have.
Everything. It actually helps. It actually dictates how we move in this world. There's actually a really good book called The Body Keeps the Score. The author's name is escaping me, but you can look that up. There's so much wisdom in how and where, from a scientific standpoint, we store these things. And it causes cancers, it causes ulcers, it causes so much that we store in our bodies. But if we come into the practice of knowing and practicing these various techniques of moving, and if it's even just one long minute of a deep, connected, conscious breath, it gets you into the body, not stuck in the emotion or the fight or flight part of our brain. So the breath work really taps into the parasympathetic aspect, where that is where the rest, restore, digest, the safety part of our nervous system. And most of us are running around these days in fight or flight, right? And that's where the stress hormones, cortisols, all of those get flushed into our bodies and causes more disease. So the practice allows us to become more comfortable with our breath and more comfortable not holding on to things. Because the breath, from a spiritual standpoint, I've read that it is a carrier wave of our spirit. So it's something that it's what we come in to this world with, our first breath, and it's what we leave this world with. So it's a beautiful reminder that we are more than just this body, this meat sack, if you
I
will,
know.
of, you know, that's a beautiful
Yeah.
technology.
Mhm.
And so breathwork is an incredible technology that we've lost sight of.
Yeah.
Many ancient civilizations, many ancient peoples have used breath work as a way to release energy, as a way to connect with a deeper knowing, the spirit,
Mhm.
their spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, energy, source. It's been around for eons.
Yeah.
And another really interesting thing is that breath and spirit is synonymous in many ancient languages. Like spiritus
And
in
that-
Latin,
Yeah.
Rosh in Hebrew. There's so many. I don't think those are accidents, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We've just lost touch with that ancient aspect of our humanness.
Yeah.
And it's a deep reminder to go within.
Yeah. And I think not only like we take breathing for granted, you know, and I think, you know, go back to like, you know, I'm just the name Louise Hay is popping into my head, you know, because, you know, she suffered with, you know, cancer, and she's like, I gotta figure this out. Because in the doctors, I kept saying, like, we just got to go cut this out. And she's like, no, I don't want you cutting any part of me out. I got to go figure out what caused this.
Right.
And took her back on her spiritual journey, her health journey, and going back in, tapping back into breathing and multiple other, you know, holistic modalities that she tapped into to heal her body. So we can use breath work as a place of healing and restoring.
It's a deep remembrance, actually, because we're all so different as well.
Yeah.
And we've come from different cultures, different places on earth, and different parents. So we hold on to things differently. We have this innate wisdom within us that the breath helps us remember. So when we can breathe consciously and connectedly for a certain time period, there's some beautiful breath works out there. The type that I practice is a form of holotropic breath work that Stan Groff is a psychotherapist back in the 60s. He was running around with Timothy Leary and Ram Dass back in the day. And they were using hallucinogenics. And Stan Groff utilized LSD and some of these other hallucinogens to heal people from some major psychosis, and PTSDs, and some major mental traumas. And when the government took the right away of using the hallucinogenics, Stan Groff and his team found that we didn't need it. That we can move through these trance states, these upper level gamma brainwave states with just our breath.
Yeah.
And it's essentially learning how to breathe in the correct way. Because another thing is that today, most of us are running around, like I said, in the sympathetic fight or flight, and we're breathing through our chest, right? And that's only part of our breathing element that we're utilizing. And on top of that, most people are breathing through their mouth, which is stimulating the parasympathetic. The nose, when we bring on the nose, it's telling our body we're safe. It's bringing on the parasympathetic. And so we can get into that as the first practice. But the second part of it is breathing deeper into our diaphragm. And you hear belly breath. Use your breathe into your belly. What's truly happening is you're bringing on the diaphragm and the intercostals, which are located, you know, in between your rib cage. And so as that expands, you're utilizing more of your lung capacity. And it's fascinating from a scientific standpoint. All the alveoli that are in our lung system, our lungs, if you lay it out, it is the size of a badminton court.
Wow.
So just think about if you're breathing, how many of that are you bringing online versus and that's so deeper of a breath. It's also, it allows you to live deeper. There's a correlation there.
I love it.
The deeper and the more conscious you breathe, the deeper
Mm-hmm.
and more conscious you will live.
Yes, as you're sitting here talking about here, I'm like breathing deeper. Anyone else with me? Like, I'm breathing now. So even just this conversation, we're going to have a contribution of people breathing deeper. Okay, so let me ask you this. I have often talked about like getting stuck in the muck, and even in the last 2.5 years, as we're filming this, there have been so many people stuck in fear and doubt and worry and insecurities and uncertainties. How can breath work really help people move through difficult times like these?
Well, there are various types of modalities of breath work you can use. The particular one that I facilitate comes from, again, the holotropic school, but we've incorporated a nose inhale, because we believe in a state change, but we also want to keep in that parasympathetic, the rest and relax. And the school that I studied with and am licensed with is called the Sacred Breath Academy, and it's very feminine energy. It's a very safe container that we create. It's set and setting is very important for us. It's almost a shamanic, sacred journey that we take you on. And it lasts about, the active part of the breath is about 20 minutes, and it's a specific cadence that we do. And it's, again, they call it a circular or wave-like breath. It's connected. You're not pausing between the inhale and the exhale. That's what makes it conscious. Because a lot of times during the day we're breathing and we'll just stop breathing for a while, whether it's stress or it's not connected, and it's definitely not conscious. And so if you can do that for 20 minutes, you start retraining your nervous system. You start healing intuitively. You heal parts of your body because the breath goes where it's most needed. So if you have an injury, I've found with a lot of clients that where they've had some surgeries or they've had a recent injury, that part of their body will start tingling. It's as if the energy is being sent there because we're obviously oxygenating our system. So it's sending fresh vital blood and fresh vital life force energy there to heal it. It's so intuitive.
And I can't wait. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, and we're actually going to do a little demonstration on this breath work. And you at home, if you're not driving, can also participate with us. And if you are driving, guess what? Come back, save this, and better yet, subscribe, and also hit that little notification bell so that you can come back and watch us again and again. We'll be right back. What if I told you there's a simple yet scientific way to ensure success? This could be you starting to learn simple, proven, highly effective tools and strategies to attract more money, more clients, more freedom by reprogramming the way we think. Since 2017, we've been gathering women entrepreneurs and business owners to transform limiting beliefs and take action on achieving their wildest dreams. I'm hosting the Unlock Live event again this year. Join a community of like-minded women who are ready to be seen, to be heard for their powerful message that they are here to deliver. April 21st and 22nd in Denver. Read caption below for the early bird discount, and I can't wait to see you there. And we're back with Kimberly, who's going to walk us through a demonstration of one of the techniques through breathwork. So share with us this technique.
Okay, yeah. So this is what you can expect if you come and get a session with one of us at Sacred Breath Academy. Again, the session lasts anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half long, depending on the integration and the processing that occurs after. But the actual connected conscious breath that I was speaking of earlier looks like this. We're starting with a nose inhale. It's always a nose inhale and then a mouth exhale.
Okay.
And we are doing it, but we do a different cadence or a different count based on who we're working with, depending on the intake that we do with them. What type of energy are they trying to move? Are they deep in some emotions? But when we do group works, we do one-on-one, small groups, and larger groups. In the larger group, we do a 3-count inhale and an exhale. It's about the same cadence, and I'll demonstrate it and explain more.
Okay.
So it looks like this, and you're laying down, you have eye shades on. We're also playing beautiful binaural beats, higher frequency music that also taps into a deeper knowing of healing.
Okay.
And so it looks like this. We close our eyes and we take a deep inhale on a 3 count. It goes. So as you can see, that's not how we're rolling around the normal day breathing, but it looks much like a wave. And especially when you're laying down, it really looks like a wave.
Because you do this particular breathwork technique laying down, correct?
Yes, you're laying down with eye shades on and in a very, very safe container, because you will go into altered states, because we're having you stay in this. That's why we call it breath work. It's you're staying with it. We're coaching you through it. If your ego a lot of times will want to abort and say, oh my gosh, I'm getting too much oxygen, I'm going to hyperventilate, but you don't. And so we're there to coach you through. We coach you through that actual technique first, so you've got it down, and then we lay you down and we start playing the music, and we coach you through it. So if you feel like you're going to give up on it, we remind you to stay with it. Just a few more songs, stay with it, and then you can journey. You literally start journeying to where, and people bring up emotions. They'll start crying if that's what's most needed. I've seen people just laugh hysterically. It's the full gamut of emotions come up. It's beautiful.
And it's powerful breath work. We did a different type of breathing with you not too long ago, and it was so powerful. And you just get, just through our breath, I mean, you really tap in and tune back into that life force energy. And what the neatest part is, I taught this to my daughter, and now we play with this one at home, and it doesn't take much to shift it. Prior to coming on here, we did like literally a 1-minute breathing exercise to shift the energy. So I would love for people to connect with you and collaborate with you, and even take a workshop or a training with you. So where can people connect with you at?
You can find me on alayacollective.com.
And so please connect with Kimberly. And as always, everyone, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love to all of you. Teri's wisdom tips. Breathwork is an active meditation that, by occupying the mind, creates space for the body to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Breathwork is a fast, easy, and profound way to shift your energy and become more expansive and become more grounded in the present moment. If you are stuck in the muck and haven't found an effective strategy to shift it with ease, I invite you to try this technique. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to find out about my upcoming shows. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.